Welcome back to WBTV News on Bounce. It's time to discuss a few topics affecting parents and families across the nation. It's so good to see Mama Mack back on the show tonight. She's Brigida's mom, of course, and she's been joining in with the frivolity here as well. And we're just trying to get it back together.
We're using our big words tonight.
Yeah, I feel frivolity.
It's SAT Word Tuesday.
There you go. SAT Word Tuesday. Oh, my goodness. Great to see you, Mama.
It's good to be here.
All right, here we go. Incarceration rates are so high in America that it's affecting children, especially the poor and African-American children. Now, the report by the organization Child Trends Report says that 1 in 14 children have at least one parent in prison. It's disturbing. That's more than 5 million kids. Child Trends found 1 in 9 black kids have a parent in jail. Poor children are 3 times more likely to have an incarcerated parent. Researchers say children with a parent in jail are more likely to have low self-esteem and poor mental and physical health. Is it really the children who are paying the price for America's prison binge? Mama Mack?
Yeah, I think when you have anybody incarcerated, it affects the whole family. Not just the kids more, because that parent is like a void. They're not there unless they go and visit them, if they're allowed to do so. So I think they, especially when they're playing with other kids and the other kids are saying, my daddy this and my mom this, and they just dwindle down and just like,
they can't relate.
They can't relate because they, I don't have, my mom's not with me every day or my dad's not with me every day. So, yeah.
And they act out, too,
I'm sure they do.
We can see that.
Do you see that in certain situations? I know you, and I don't want to delve too much into your private life as far as your private sector, but you're on a daycare center. And do you? How much do you see that in some over the years? Let's just say
over the years. Yeah, I have seen that. I've seen that because there was a void, or a single mom, whatever, but not to the magnitude that it was not controlled.
Right.
In my house.
Right. Yes. So you have to get a grip on what's going on, and that's the most important thing.
Yes.
That's why it's so amazing.
Yes.
And we don't really give them enough credit. Single moms. They do a great job.
And single dads.
Yes.
Doing the job of 2 parents. That is never easy, trying to be both mom and dad.
So kudos to them that do it
absolutely. That do it and are raising kids, who are going to be productive citizens in society, who can sort of help them navigate all of the pitfalls, if you will.
Where we step in and try and help with, whatever suggestions or assistance that we can provide.
Right.
No.
Good deal. All right.
College students walking around with too much bacteria on their hands. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention tested hundreds of students at a university in Ohio. They found most of them were carrying around large amounts of different types of bacteria on their hands. Researchers say the bacteria is linked to increased risk for infections, doctor visits, and absences from class or work. And they concluded, Mama Mack, that many college students are not washing their hands properly, and that you can prevent so many of these infectious diseases simply by using soap and running water. I mean, is this sort of like plain old common sense here?
Definitely. I mean, oh, goodness, if I ever stepped out of the bathroom without washing my hands, my mama would have killed me, because they're always listening. Just like I listen for you guys.
Did you wash your hands?
That's right. Gotta wash those hands.
And it's not even just college students. You see a grown adult.
And I have to stop myself.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I have to stop myself. Excuse me, did you forget something? When I see somebody use the restroom and walk out without washing their hands.
Yeah, she does have a moment there.
I mean...
But that was because you brought it up that way.
Yeah,
right?
wash your hands. I mean, don't get me wrong, hand sanitizer is fine in a pinch, but the experts are right. You need soap and running water, to really...
My mom always told us cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yes, that's
so,
nice.
I mean,
Yes. I wonder who made that up.
Delano.
Who came up with that?
I don't know, but
it worked. One of the greater sayings of all time.
It worked for
Cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes. Schools in Oregon are having to shift their focus to improving behavior as more kids act out in class. Speaking of acting out, school leaders say students are struggling to manage their emotions. Teachers say more students are coming to school unprepared or unsettled. They say it's leading to everything from tantrums to physical aggression. Officials aren't sure why behavior problems are rising, but say they're doing something about it, starting with younger students. They're sending teachers to training sessions and offering curriculum to show kids how to handle their feelings. Mama Mack, Is this the best option teachers have right now? Any old school wisdom that you want to provide in this too?
Well, with all the stuff that's been removed, you know, from them, saying you can't this, and you can't touch them, you can't this, you know, whatever, I think it's a good substitute for what they were, well, back in the day,
right.
Our teachers were allowed to do. And I find that sometimes when you try, it works to redirect a child's thinking, even with the little guys that I keep, if you can redirect that playing out to something else, you can solve the problem just like that, you know. It's just a matter of knowing the appropriate time to put it in play, and what you're about to do to redirect them will, you know, catch their eye. Because these little kids nowadays, they're just off the chain smart. You know, they'll work their way around anything,
right.
You know,
yes.
So keeps you on your toes.
I know you see it quite a bit, so it's tough. They're getting smart because it's a different age from when we were there. When I was on a typewriter.
Totally different generation.
Let's just say it. I used a typewriter in high school.
You used a typewriter?
Yeah, I was learning how to type on a typewriter in high school.
How many words can you type per minute?
Oh, about 65.
You type, what?
No, I'm sorry. That was way
Be
overboard.
truthful.
About 15.
On a manual?
Only one of the manuals. About 20, 25 a minute, because I wasn't the greatest. But I did like my typing teacher.
Peck and find, you know.
Yes. Peck and find. I was a little bit better than that one, man. But times have changed. What we're saying is times have changed, and the kids and all that stuff, social media and everything else has changed life.
It does. It does.
Mama Mack, always a pleasure to
Thank
have you
you.
along with us. And
it was a joy tonight.
We've had some fun here in the
Cute
studio.
and clumsy.
Cute and clumsy over there. We'll be right back. Cute and clumsy.